Now, real quick, TikTok users.
Mm-hmm.
That's being brought up in Congress today.
Again, yes.
The CEO, Chao Zi-Chu, was questioned by Senator Tom Cotton about any affiliation that he might have with China. Now, he's saying, I'm not Chinese, I'm Singaporean.
Right.
He's trying to say, I'm not Chinese. Quit calling me Chinese.
You know, people do that all the time. That's stereotype.
So let's see what the senator keeps saying to him.
Say that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Let me ask you some hopefully simple questions. You said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
So that is repeat.
Don't he sound like the same news media that asked, what's her name? So is Biden going to do a debate tonight? Or when is he going to do a debate? That's for somebody in the hands. Oh, okay. Now, he did say that he was going to do a debate. So we're waiting to hear when is he going to do the debate. That's for that group to handle. Third time. Now, last week we heard him say that the debate is coming up and he's going to be a part of that debate. Do you know when? This man sounds stupid, just like that other news person.
I am not a part of China.
I'm
not
from Singapore.
Part of the establishment. I'm from Singapore.
Singapore is not China. You're saying all Asian are from China?
So it says, it looks like this is what the Shade Room says. It looks like Congress is back at it again with a potential ban on TikTok. And the app is asking for user support. In a new push notification on the app, TikTok warns users about the proposed legislation and urges them to call their Congress. According to NBC News, the White House is expected to back the Protecting American Foreign Advisory Controlled Application Act. The bill defines TikTok as a foreign adversary controlled application. This has become the latest effort by Congress to either ban or restrict the U.S. access to TikTok app due to national security reasons. Now, I'm torn with this. Let me tell you why. I do believe that that TikTok does have a lot of our information, and it's not American controlled.
All right.
I don't think any foreign entity should have that much information on anybody. Mm-hmm. We don't have that much information on Chinese people, or what he says, Singaporean. So they shouldn't have that much information on us.
And then one thing too, before you go to your next statement, one of the politicians was saying that he was visiting in Taiwan, and they're having an election. Mm-hmm. He said the Chinese used TikTok to interfere in their election thing. That's why when he said it on the news recently, they showed him on the Chicago news, talking on the Chicago news. He says, we really need to rethink about this TikTok thing, because if they can use it to interfere in Taiwan's election, because you know China, they want Taiwan.
Now, this is the part where I actually agree with Trump. And let's see if he's going to talk about it in a debate.
What did he say?
He's saying you could keep TikTok, but you're not going to own it. It's going to be owned by Americans.
So how's that going to happen?
You can sell it. You can keep it like Twitter.
China.
Was sold.
Will China go, you just won't be using it.
Then it'll be banned.
You just won't be using it.
And they will sell it because they won't want him to ban it. If President Trump wins the election, he will definitely ban TikTok.
Let's see.
If they do not agree to being either majority owned or owned by an American entity, you will not be in this country in the way you are.
Let's see. Because there are a lot of things that Trump has said on the foreign policy thing, that he's a little bit more aggressive.
I agree with him.
Than our leadership now.
That's the part.
He wouldn't be giving no money.
That's
to
the
Ukraine,
part I don't agree with Biden. Why are you allowing TikTok?
Yeah.
To have millions of us on it, with giving our information,
our personal info,
and we don't get nothing out of it.
No, we don't get anything out of it, so we can cut it. And then too, worst case scenario, aren't there other platforms that's similar?
Yeah, but it won't be TikTok.
And TikTok would have to go bye-bye.
You got to go bye.
So I'm sorry, Americans who use it a lot every day.
Mark Zuckerberg is American.
Yeah.
So they can. That's why. You know why? That's why they want to ban TikTok.
Yeah.
Because Mark Zuckerberg is an American.
Yeah.
Which means when I call you to come to Congress, you're gonna sit in that chair, and when I tell you to stand up and apologize to the families, you're gonna do it.
And he did.
This little guy right here, he's not American. So this guy thinks what does it say? What did Justice say? That's like the McCarthy hearings. That's just like the McCarthy hearings of calling people communists. When I call you a communist and you say, I'm not American, I don't even have to be here. Okay. I don't like that.
Now,
that's why they don't like it.
Why
they don't have no control over it.
Now, help me understand, because I can be misinformed. Why are they questioning this man from Singapore?
Because he is the CEO of TikTok.
Oh, so it's not China.
Well, China owns the stake in it, but he's the CEO.
Oh, China owns a portion of it.
They own it, but he's the CEO.
That's why they keep trying to tie him to China.
China owns it, but he's the CEO. And he's saying, look, buddy, I know I look Chinese, but I'm not. And they're saying, well, why isn't a white guy the CEO then?
Ooh.
You look awfully familiar to Chinese people. You sure you're not Chinese?
Blending in.
And the guy is like, no, I'm not.
I got my
Are you sure you're not? That's what the guy was doing.
That's what he tried to say.
Do you like Chinese food?
Yeah.
I do. I eat Chinese food. Yeah. You eat Chinese food. Show the record, bring my person up here. You eat Chinese food 7 days a week. Who does that? Me and my wife eat Chinese food, not 7 days a week.
That is so sad. But
excuse me, Congressman. I eat Chinese food because we don't have a Singaporean restaurant near us. Well, then you would think you would your wife. Does your wife cook?
Yeah.
My wife American. She can't cook Singaporean food.
I think he's trying to say he didn't ask the right questions.
That's what he's trying to say.
You're from Singapore. How is it that the Chinese government
owns it? You look Chinese. You sure you aren't?
He's trying to tie
you sure
them
you
together.
aren't in bed with the Chinese?
Yeah, he's trying to tie. Are you sure you're not? Your wife is American. You're not cheating on her, are you? With a Chinese woman?
Sir, my wife is American.
Is
she a black American?
They're trying to tie him to the Chinese.
Does she look Asian? Mm-hmm. Yes. Is she from China? She was, but she's an American citizen. So your wife was Chinese.
She's a Chinese American.
But now she's American. So her mom and dad are Chinese.
Because I'm trying to figure out.
They trying to tie him.
Trying to tie this man. But even if they just do it on a business level, not by his ethnicity. They're really trying to push him in the ethnicity group. And that's why I'm a businessman with them.
That's why that congressman was racist.
Yes.
If that was a white man who was a CEO, would you ask him all those questions?
No.
How often do you eat Chinese food? Do you like Chinese people? How often do you visit China? Or they wouldn't ask him nothing like that.
A black man that's working with the country in Africa.
Thank you.
Are you from Kenya?
Did you do any of those blood tests to show your family's from Kenya?
Is your ancestors from Kenya?
Yeah, my ancestors are from Kenya. Yeah. And they happen to own TikTok. You're not pulling anything over on us.
You say you're from Texas.
So I don't agree with the way that he's questioning him.
He's not doing right questions.
But I do say that I do agree with Trump on that. I don't think
we should own it too.
I don't think
so. The Singapore man should be working with us as well, selling a part of it.
He's not American. Trump would say, get him out of here. He's not American.
But his wife is.
I don't care if your wife is American. I'm American.
You know,
Melania became an American.
Yeah.
But I'm American.
You know, Trump.
That's what Trump would say.
Trump has a habit of talking about people's wives.
You can say that you don't like me. You can say I got a comb over. You can say I'm orange. You can say I'm a hustler. But I'm American.
He's talked about Mitch McConnell's wife, and she's Chinese.
Thank you.
He's talked about what's the Hispanic man?
Thank you.
He talked about their wives and one being ugly.
Thank you.
But yeah, if that's what we want to do we want to get?
That's why I'm torn between
become
that.
Businessmen. Hey, we want to do part owner of that TikTok too. We use it as much as the people in China.
Trump says either majority owner, stake owner, or we own it. He's leaning more towards owning it, to be honest with you.
Or put a ban on it.
Because he's holding, you know how he keeps talking about China. He don't want them to own no part of it. So he's going more towards, you need to sell it to America. And then you'll get money for it.
We'll still use it.
Yeah, you'll get money for it.
We're a big audience. We're a big audience.
But you're not going to own it and get millions of our followers and our information.
Thank you, Singapore.
Now, I was going to sign up to sell products on TikTok. And I went through the whole thing. And it got to the part where it said, we need a picture of your driver's license and your social security card. And I said, no.
And what this was with who?
TikTok. Why do you need my social security card?
To sell something?
To sell products.
Because I don't think Amazon asked for that. Right?
So I do believe they collecting information from us.
Yeah, they are.
So
Singapore man.
Be ready for TikTok to be banned. If those of you who are on TikTok, be ready for TikTok to be banned.
Especially after what they've done to Taiwan.
Thank you.